March 7th, Deuteronomy 24, 25, 26, and 27. Deuteronomy 24. When a man takes a wife, and shall marry her, then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes, because he has found a matter of uncoveredness in her, and he shall write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And if she left his house, and went and became another man's wife, and the latter husband shall hate her, and write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house, or when the latter husband dies, who took her to be his wife, then the former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her back to be his wife, after she has been defiled, for that would be an abomination before Yah. And do not bring sin on the land which Yah your Elohim is giving you as an inheritance. And when a man has taken a new wife, let him not go out into the army, nor let any matter be imposed upon him. He shall be exempt 1 year for the sake of his home, to rejoice with his wife whom he has taken. No one takes in pledge the lower or upper millstone, for he would be taking a life in pledge. When a man is found kidnapping in any of his brothers of the children of Israel, and treats him harshly, or sells him, then that kidnapper shall die. Thus you shall purge the evil from your midst. Take heed in an outbreak of leprosy, to diligently guard and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, teach you. As I have commanded them, so you shall guard to do. Remember what Yah your Elohim did to Miriam on the way when you came out of Mitzrayim. When you lend your brother alone, do not go into his house to get his pledge. Stand outside and let the man to whom you lend bring the pledge out to you. And if the man is poor, do not sleep with his pledge. By all means, return the pledge to him at sundown, and he shall sleep in his own garment, and shall bless you. And it shall be righteousness to you before Yah your Elohim. Do not oppress a hired servant who is poor and needy, of your brothers or of your strangers who are in your land within your gates. Give him his wages on the same day, and do not let the sun go down on it, for he is poor, and lifts up his being to it, so that he does not cry out against you to Yah, and it shall be sin in you. Fathers are not put to death for their children, and children are not put to death for their fathers. Each is to die for his own sin. Do not twist the right ruling of a stranger or the fatherless, nor take the garment of a widow. But you shall remember that when you were a slave in Mitzrayim, that Yah your Elohim ransomed you from there. Therefore I am commanding you to do this word. When you reap your harvest in your field, and have forgotten a sheaf in the field, do not go back to get it. Let it be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow, so that Yah your Elohim might bless you in all the work of your hands. When you beat your olive trees, do not examine the branch behind you. Let it be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When you gather the grapes in your vineyard, do not glean it behind you. Let it be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. And you shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Mitzrayim. Therefore I am commanding you to do this word. Deuteronomy 25. When there is a dispute between men, then they shall come unto judgment, and they shall be judged, and the righteous declared righteous, and the wrongdoer declared wrong. And it shall be, if the wrongdoer is to be struck, that the judge shall cause him to lie down and be struck in his presence, with the number of blows according to his wrong. 40 strikes he gives him, but no more, lest he strike him with many more blows than these, and your brother be degraded before your eyes. Do not muzzle an ox while it is threshing. When brothers dwell together, and one of them has died, and has no son, the widow of the dead man shall not become a stranger's outside. Her husband's brother does go into her, and shall take her as his wife, and perform the duty of a husband's brother to her. And it shall be that the firstborn son which she bears does rise up for the name of his dead brother, so that his name is not blotted out of Israel. But if the man does not desire to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gates to the elders and say, My husband's brother refuses to raise up a name for his brother in Israel. He does not agree to perform the duty of my husband's brother. The elders of his city shall then call him and speak to him, and he shall stand and say, I have no desire to take her. Then his brother's wife shall come to him in the presence of the elders, and remove his sandal from his foot, and shall spit in his face, and answer and say, Thus it is done to the man who does not build up his brother's house. And in Israel his name shall be called, the house of him who had his sandal removed. When men fight with one another, a man and his brother, and the wife of one shall draw near to rescue her husband from the hand of the one striking him, and shall put out her hand and take a hold of him by the genitals, then you shall cut off her hand. Your eye does not pardon. You shall not have in your bag differing weights, a heavy and a light. You shall not have in your house differing measures, large and small. You shall have a perfect and right weight, a perfect and right measure, so that they prolong your days on the soil which Yah your Elohim is giving you. For all who do these, all who do unrighteously, are an abomination to Yah your Elohim. Remember what Amalek did to you on the way when you were coming out of Mitzrayim, how he met you on the way and attacked your back, all the feeble ones in your rear, when you were tired and weary. He did not fear Elohim. Therefore it shall be, when Yah your Elohim has given you rest from your enemies all around in the land which Yah your Elohim has given you to possess as an inheritance, that you blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens. Do not forget. Deuteronomy 26. And it shall be, when you come into the land which Yah your Elohim is giving you as an inheritance, and you possess it and dwell in it, that you shall take some of the first of all the fruits of the soil, which you bring from your land that Yah your Elohim has given you, and shall put it in a basket, and go to the place where Yah your Elohim chooses to make his name dwell there. And you shall come to the one who is the priest in those days, and say to him, I shall declare today to Yah your Elohim that I have come to the land which Yah swore to our fathers to give us. And the priest shall take the basket from your hand, and place it before the slaughter place of Yah your Elohim. And you shall answer and say before Yah your Elohim, My father was perishing Armenian, and he went down to Mitzrayim and sojourned there with a few men. And there he became a great nation, great, mighty, and numerous. But the Mitzrites did evil to us, and afflicted us, and imposed hard labor on us. Then we cried out to Yah, Elohim of our fathers, and Yah heard our voice, and saw our affliction, and our toil, and our oppression. And Yah brought us out of Mitzrayim with a strong hand, and with an outstretched arm, with great fear, and with signs and wonder. And he brought us to this place, and has given us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now see, I have brought the first fruits of the land, which you, O Yah, have given me. Then you shall place it before Yah your Elohim, and bow down before Yah your Elohim, and shall rejoice in all the good which Yah your Elohim has given to you and your house, you and the Levite, and the stranger who is among you. When you have completed tithing all the tithe of your increase in the 3rd year, which is the year of tithing, and have given it to the Levite, to the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, and they have eaten within your gates and have been satisfied, then you shall say before Yah your Elohim, I have put away the set apart portion from my house, and also have given it to the Levite, and to the stranger, and to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all your command, which you have commanded me. I have not transgressed your commands, nor have I forgotten. I have not eaten any of it when in mourning, nor have I removed any of it for any unclean use, nor given in any of it for the dead. I have obeyed the voice of Yah my Elohim, and have done according to all that you commanded me. Look from your set-apart dwelling place, from the heavens, and bless your people Israel, and land which you have given us, as you swore our fathers, a land flowing with milk and honey. Today Yah your Elohim is commanding you to do these laws and right rulings, and you shall guard and do them with all your heart and with all your being. You have today caused Yah to proclaim you to be you. You have today caused Yah to proclaim to be your Elohim, and to walk in his ways, and guard his laws, and his commands, and his right rulings, and to obey his voice. And Yah has caused you to proclaim today to be his people, a treasured possession, as he has spoken to you, and to guard all his commands, so as to set you high above all nations, which he has made for a praise, and for a name, and for esteem, and for you to be a set-apart people to Yah your Elohim, as he has spoken. Deuteronomy 27. And Moshe, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, Guard all the commands which I am commanding you today. And it shall be on the day when you pass over the Yarden, to the land which Yah your Elohim is giving you, that you shall set up for yourselves large stones, and plaster them with plaster, and write on them all the words of this Torah, when you have passed over, so that you go into the land which Yah your Elohim is giving you, a land flowing with milk and honey, as Yah Elohim of your fathers has spoken to you. And it shall be when you have passed over the Yarden, that on Mount Ebal you set up these stones which I command you today, and you shall plaster them with plaster, and build a slaughter place to Yah your Elohim there, a slaughter place of stones. Do not use an iron tool on them. Build a slaughter place of Yah your Elohim with complete stones, and you shall offer ascending offerings on it to Yah your Elohim, and shall slaughter peace offerings and eat there, and rejoice before Yah your Elohim. And you shall write all the words of this Torah on the stones, plainly and well. And Moshe and the priests, the Levites, spoke to all Israel, saying, Be silent and hear, O Israel. This day you are become the people of Yah your Elohim, and you shall obey the voice of Yah your Elohim, and do his commands and his laws which I command you today. And Moshe commanded the people on that day, saying, They are to stand on Mount Gershom to bless the people when you have passed over the Yarden. Shimon and Levi and Yehuda and Issachar and Yosef and Benjamin. And these are to stand on Mount Ebal to curse. Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. And the Levites shall speak with a loud voice, and say to all the men of Israel, Cursed is the man who makes a carved or molded image, an abomination to Yah, the work of the hands of the craftsman, and sets it up in secret. And all the people shall answer and say, Amen. Cursed is he who makes light of his father or his mother. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who moves his neighbor's boundary. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who misleads the blind in the way. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who twists the right ruling of the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who lies with his father's wife, because he has uncovered his father's bed. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who lies with any beast. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who lies with his sister, the daughter of his father, or the daughter of his mother. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who lies with his mother-in-law. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who strikes his neighbor secretly. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who takes a bribe to strike an innocent being, and all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed is he who does not establish the words of this Torah, and all the people shall say, Amen.